What's up, guys? Welcome back to some more videos. Welcome to another collection update video. This will be a pretty big one because I've been buying stuff for a little bit now. This is probably 4 months roughly of buying stuff. So there's quite a bit here to talk about. Gonna try and make it as fast as possible. But so just brace yourselves. This will probably be a longer video. I'll do my best, but I do tend to get a bit talky when I discuss some of these movies, especially if I've watched the transfers and I've watched the features. I'll discuss sort of my thoughts on them. This will be a pretty big collection update video. I'm going to add some new stuff in here. I'm going to do an unboxing at the very end of the video. And I'm also going to be including some books and graphic novels that I've picked up recently. So it'll be a lot of fun, be a little different, and yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And without further ado, let's get started with the video. So I guess the first thing I can show real quick is some of the graphic novels I've picked up. I've got The Return of Superman. Again, my lighting right now is kind of dark, so I apologize if it's really hard to see stuff. But I'm trying to get a better light bulb so it's not so freaking dark in here. But, you know, a desk lamp wouldn't hurt either. But Return of Superman, I don't know if this is the full story or not. I'm not sure. Because the last one I read was The Death of Superman. This may be book 3. Sadly, this might be book 3. So if that's so, then that sucks. But I am familiar with the story, so I won't be too lost. But Return of Superman. Death of Superman was probably one of the best stories I've read so far out of all the comics and everything like that. I'm very new to comic books. I don't read them a whole lot. I'm very casual with them. But I'm very new to the whole process. So reading these stories, to me, it's, you know, you got to go back and read the older stuff. You got to go back and read where stuff was, you know, starting, some of the big moments. This is definitely, but also The Death of Superman was a huge event back in the day. And it was just such a big moment for comic books and for superheroes. And so I'm excited to get into this story. It's pretty long. It's a lot bigger than the Death of Superman book. But The Death of Superman was one of my favorite stories I've read, so really excited to get into that one. So we got The Return of Superman, which sadly might be a volume 3. I don't have volume 2, so we'll see. Then I have a random collection of The Amazing Spider-Man. It says here it's the Epic Collection of The Amazing Spider-Man. These will be some of the first Spider-Man comics I've read. It says here on the back, this is a volume 9. I got these at a shop for relatively cheap. If you go to like, so I think I got these at not a comic book shop. I was thinking of comic book shop. I got it from a game store, but this game store, I know it sells movies, games, books, figures, comic books. But if you go to a normal comic book shop, something like this would be $30. I got this for $24, so or $25, $24.99. So I got this for $25 when it would have normally been like $30 plus tax. So I did get it for a little bit cheaper. And again, I'm just trying to get into the comic books. I also do read comics online with like the phone and everything, but I honestly, comparing both, I prefer reading comics in person, kind of like books. I prefer reading a chapter book, or really any books. If I like reading novels in person, I'm not really a big fan of just scrolling through a novel. But yeah, got the Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 9. It's probably going to be extremely random, but, you know, we'll see. I also picked up this. I don't buy books very often, but I picked up Life is Fighting. This, of course, is the autobiography of Karrion Kross, WWE superstar. And this is his story. I'm still, as you can see with the bookmark, I'm still very early into the book, but so far from what I've read, it's very fascinating. Karrion Kross to me is one of the most underutilized talents WWE ever had. Every time it seemed like the ball was rolling for this guy, it just seemed like he would run into another wall, and WWE would not let him do his thing. But now he's on the indie scene, he's writing books, he's making movies. So this is pretty cool. And I had to get it. It was cheap. It was a very, very cheap book. It even comes with like a free audio version of it. So it's a very good deal. It's on Amazon where I got it. It's very, very cheap. If you're a fan of Karrion Kross, definitely pick up this book. It's I haven't even made it that far into it, and I'm really liking it so far. But definitely gonna read more of that whenever I can. But yeah, got a book from Karrion Kross, Life is Fighting. Moving on over here, we're going to be starting out with some DVDs. I got a DVD of A Perfect Storm. Man, I wish it wasn't so dark. Wish the lighting wasn't so dark. But A Perfect Storm. Then I picked up a Dracula 4-pack, which comes with The Horror of Dracula, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, Taste the Blood of Dracula, and Dracula AD 1972. All these movies have Christopher Lee. I don't think Blood of Dracula or Taste the Blood of Dracula, I feel like that's the one where he's barely in the movie. But yeah, I've seen one of these. I've actually seen two. I've seen Horror of Dracula, and I've seen one called The Satanic Rites of Dracula, which was a wild movie. Horror of Dracula, it's okay. I mean, I'm not huge on it. I'm not big on it. I know a lot of people love it. They say it's a highlight of Dracula. It's fine to me. It's okay. Then I picked up another 4-pack, which is a bunch of witch films. Because, honestly, this is kind of a blind spot with me with horror. I don't watch a lot of witch movies. You know, this is definitely a subgenre that I don't really look into that much. Mainly because, to me, this is the one subgenre in horror that is very difficult for me to get into because I just find it not scary. I find witches and witchcraft real silly. At least how it's done in movies. Most of the movies I've seen, it's just a subgenre of horror that I don't really go to a lot. So I did want to change that. I did want to start watching and giving these more witchcraft movies a chance. And this one includes the original The Witches, the remake of The Witches, The Witches of Eastwick, and Practical Magic. So I've never seen any of these movies, but I figured why not give them a chance, you know? I've heard a lot of good things about The Witches of Eastwick and The Witches, the original. So I'll give those a chance whenever I can. These, get into the Blu-rays now. These first few Blu-rays I got to show you guys. I believe there's also some 4Ks in here. Actually, I believe these are 4Ks. Some Blu-rays, some 4Ks. But these were sent to me. These were gifts from Brian, Kubrick lover, 1972. So he sent me a bunch of extra 4Ks he had. Because I think he keeps the Blu-rays, but he doesn't watch the 4Ks. So he sent me some of the extra 4Ks that he had, as well as some Blu-rays. And the first thing here that I see is Lifeline on 4K. Vinegar Syndrome. Which is one that really interested me. I believe we talked about it, and he said he would send it my way. So, Brian, if you're watching, thank you so very much for sending me these. I really appreciate it, man. This was so awesome of you to do. I really appreciate it. He also sent me a 4K of Invasion USA and Carlito's Way. Two movies that we also talked about and I was very interested in, and he had just picked up the Vinegar Syndrome editions. I believe he doesn't watch the 4Ks, though, so he sent me the extra copies, which, again, I really, really appreciate that. Then over here in this one, we got I believe just a Blu-ray of Lake of the Dead and Till Berry. So I got those. He kind of sent me some extra stuff here, so appreciate that. He also sent me Blu-ray. This is Severin, so again, I really appreciate it. The Dreaming and, is it Kadacha? The Dreaming and Kadacha. So it's a double feature, I think. So appreciate that, Brian. Thank you so much for those. Those are very kind gifts. I really appreciate it. Moving on to when I was, some of these mixed, these are kind of mixed in, but I did buy most of these Blu-rays in here. At least most of them were from the Kino Lorber sale that happened a few months back, or a couple months back, whenever. But I got a Blu-ray of Crawl Space, which is pretty cool. Haven't seen this one yet. Klaus Kinski stars in this movie, which I really didn't even know that until I bought the movie. And then I looked on there, I'm like, Klaus Kinski? I heard that dude's crazy. Then we also got a Clint Eastwood movie, Play Misty for Me, on Blu-ray. I know my friend Trenchy really enjoyed this film, so he recommended it a lot, so picked it up. Play Misty for Me. Then I also got Antlers. I believe this is a 2021 or 2020 film. I never got a chance to watch it back in the day, so I have it now. Antlers. I also got All-Star Superman, because I really enjoyed the new Superman film, so I was recommended to go watch All-Star Superman because of what it was based off of. It's also based off the comic All-Star Superman, which I haven't seen, or haven't read, rather. But I'd like to one day, that series of comics. But this is really cool. It comes with a collectible card here, which is a limited edition. And it's just a still from the movie, which is pretty interesting. Then we have the inside. So yeah, I'll check this out one day. I have so much DC animated stuff to catch up on, it's not even funny. I am looking forward to this though. And I also wish that, I have to go out and buy these freaking Blu-rays and stuff, because I wish Warner Bros. Would put that on HBO Max, but they won't put all their movies on there for some reason. Then I picked up a Blu-ray of Nosferatu, the Vampire, from 1979? 78? I know it's late 70s. Ironically, another Klaus Kinski starring film. I know this is a Werner Herzog remake. It's a film. Well, I'm going to say it's a Werner Herzog film, and it's a remake. There we go. I'm very tired tonight, guys, as you can tell. But I wanted to film this because I've been meaning to make this video for a while, so. And I got a double pack Blu-ray of Love at First Bite and Once Bitten. I got it for Once Bitten because I've been wanting to watch that for so many years. Every time I catch it on a streaming service and I plan to watch it, it gets taken off a streaming service. So I have it now. And it also comes with Love at First Bite, which I'm not familiar with, but I have it now, so I can give it a chance, give it a watch. So we got those. Then, weirdly enough, I found this at Walmart, Rumpelstiltskin on Blu-ray, for extremely cheap. I mean, it's just crazy to me that I was able to find this at Walmart. And I believe it's still available, too. Like, it's still pretty widely available, so. Hell yeah, you can go out there and get your collector's edition Blu-ray of Rumpelstiltskin. Very, very cheap, too. Very, very cheap. Then I also got Invasion of the Body Snatchers on Blu-ray. This is the original film from 1956. So, pretty cool. Got that. There's the artwork on the underneath. So we got that. Then we got Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Shout out to my friend Mac. He was wanting me to watch this for a while, so picked it up. Picked up one that I've been really wanting to watch. Faust. F.W. Murnau. I'm not sure if this was before or after Nosferatu. 1930. I feel like this is way before 1930, though. It might be a 1930 film. But I know it was like lost for a while, and Kino did the best they could with what they had. But I know it was a very hard to find film and very hard to recover. But yeah, F.W. Murnau. I love Nosferatu, so I want to check out Faust. I've always wanted to, so got it on Blu-ray. Then I also have a Blu-ray of Baxter. And there's the back. Then I have a Blu-ray of The Black Windmill, which looks to be some sort of horror thriller starring Michael Caine. So I was really interested in seeing it, so I got it. The Black Windmill. I haven't heard really anybody talk about that one. Then we have a rare thing. I went and bought another Blu-ray set of the Alien films. Now, before I move on, I do not usually do that. If I have something on Blu-ray, I will not go get another Blu-ray. Because to me, the only way I'll go and rebuy movies is if I upgrade them, or if the previous version gets broken, or the previous version has a really bad mess up with it. But I typically don't go out and just buy Blu-rays for the same movies again, which I don't even know if these transfers will be any better. I know the other Blu-ray set I have, which I'll keep just to have extra copies, just to have them. The other Blu-ray set I have is the blue version of this. This has more of a green cover. But the blue version of this has less movies. It only goes up to Alien Resurrection. And it only has one cut of each movie. With this Blu-ray set, you get all the way up to Alien Covenant on Blu-ray. Which I didn't own Alien Covenant. And I didn't own Prometheus on Blu-ray. So I upgraded Prometheus by getting this. And it's a better set. It's pretty cheap as well. I believe it was only like $25 for this at Walmart. You can pretty much find this at your local Walmart wherever you go. And I got it because it has the extra cuts of the films. It has the director's cut of Alien 1. It has the special edition of Aliens. It has the work print version of Alien 3. And it has the unrated cut of Alien Resurrection. And as well as the theatrical cuts. So if you don't want to watch all the extra cuts, you can just watch the theatrical. Plus, I find the artwork way better on this Blu-ray set. So, oh, yeah, there we go. One moment, please. It's funny because I was sitting here praising this Blu-ray set and the freaking Blu-ray just fell out of it. But I wanted to show you guys what the disc art looks like. We got Alien 1. Gotta be real careful, y'all. That shit just flew out of there. We got Aliens. I guess that's my one problem with this set is that the Blu-rays are barely in there. Like, oh my god, the disc holders, they suck in this. I might have to put Alien 1 on this back. They have extra disc holders, so that's pretty cool. So I'll put Alien 1 in here. Yeah, there we go. That one holds it a lot better. But we also got... What is this? Wait a minute. It was... Okay. So a disc... Oh my god, this is so crazy. So like all the discs are kind of mixed up in here. So we got Alien... Was this Alien 3? Alien 3. My god. It's like, bro, if you're making a Blu-ray set, at least make it to where it holds the discs, please. My god. So we got Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. And then I'll show you the Blu-rays. Might as well. Prometheus. It's pretty cool they kept all the artwork on these DVD or Blu-rays, my bad. I'm very tired tonight. Apologize, guys. And now this Blu-ray doesn't. Okay, there we go. I'm like, my God, man, this is probably one of the most worst Blu-ray set experiences I've had. Alien Covenant. I haven't seen this in years, man. I seen it when it came out, and then I watched it one other time, and I'm not big on it, so we'll see. But yeah, whenever I decide to have a franchise rewatch, I'll watch them on this. I'll watch all the extra cuts. Moving into the 4K part of the video, we have a 4K of Alice Sweet Alice. This is one that I've heard a lot of things about, a lot of good things about. I believe I got these on a sale when Arrow was having a sale on 4Ks, so got them for pretty cheap. And I got a 4K. That's right, a 4K. And I know I'm late to the game. There's going to be a lot of additions in here that I'm late to the game with, but I got a 4K of Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. Now, here's the thing. I wish Arrow had the rights to Sleepaway Camp. Because while I do enjoy that artwork, and I do love the fact that we're getting these movies on 4K, I hate the fact that Scream Factory doesn't reach out to independent companies to help them work on their 4Ks. Now, why do I hate that? Because there is a company, I don't know the specifics, but I do know there was a company that had the unrated footage from parts 2 and 3, or at least part 3, mainly. And when these 4Ks were announced, that company pretty much said, hey, well, if Scream Factory would have let us known, we would have given them the unrated material. So we could have had unrated 4Ks of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. That did not happen. We have just the regular old cuts of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. And while 2 isn't chopped down as much as 3, it just would have been cool to get uncut versions, the full uncut versions of these movies. I love these movies. I really enjoy 3, and I love part 2. So I would have loved to get uncut 4Ks, but just Scream Factory being Scream Factory, they just dropped the ball. They didn't want to work with an independent company, and thus we did not get unrated versions. But nevertheless, we do have 4Ks with some pretty cool custom artwork. Probably spoiled that I had these 4Ks because there's a lot of posters back there now from some of the movies I picked up recently. So there's probably a lot of spoilers in the background for movies I picked up. But so we got the disc. Maybe that's how it was meant to be all along. You were always supposed to look at little details. But moving on, we got another Arrow 4K. We have a 4K of The Stuff. And again, I wish my lighting was better, because I would love to show you guys just in better lighting the cool artwork on these. You can see it, but it's just, man, I need like a desk lamp or something. So we got that. I believe this is this a 4K and Blu-ray? So 4K, yeah, Blu-ray. 4K and Blu-ray. Interesting. So we got The Stuff. Really enjoy that film. Then we got Cobra on 4K. I was so hyped when they announced this had a 4K, because I love Cobra. This is one of my favorite Stallone movies. So I was very happy that they gave it a 4K. So, hell yeah. Cobra on 4K, that was like, instantly I had to buy that. That's freaking awesome. Then we got Jason Goes to Hell on 4K. I don't think I showed these in my last collection update video. If I did, I apologize, but I don't remember showing these yet. So, we got Jason Goes to Hell on 4K, which I watched a bit of just to see how the footage looked, and looked pretty damn good on 4K. Probably the best it will ever look, honestly, ever. I I was a bit bummed when I got this though, because I do love Jason Goes to Hell. It is probably one of my favorite Jason films, shockingly. But I was bummed about this because the director, Adam Marcus, is working on a documentary about this film called Hearts of Darkness. And from the rumors I've heard, again, these are rumors, so maybe it's not true. From the rumors I heard, he refused to put that on this 4K because he would rather release it on its own. And I get it. It's his documentary. It's about his movie. I understand. But it is a fucking bummer that we couldn't get that in this 4K, because it would make it the most complete set of this movie. You have the movie, theatrical, 4K of the theatrical and the uncut version, and you put a documentary in there. It would have been amazing. But because of Adam Marcus, I guess, wanting to just release a documentary solo, we don't have it in this. So that's a shame. We got Jason X in 4K. I really dig these covers for these films. I did watch this in 4K, and man, it really helped this film. Now, granted, I did not watch the Blu-ray yet. The Blu-ray that was in that giant, big, almost out of print Friday the 13th set. I haven't watched that Blu-ray. I may have watched it once, but I haven't watched it since I probably got that set. So I can't really remember if I was blown away by that transfer. But with this, I definitely noticed it. The 4K definitely brung a lot of detail out of it. So that's pretty cool. And then the last one I got is Friday the 13th, the remake on 4K. Now, I have not seen this yet in 4K, but man, this is such a visually well done film. Look at that cover. You can barely see that in this lighting. Isn't that great? But with this remake, visually, you know, Marcus Nispel directed this one. I think he brings a lot of really good visuals to his films. And there's another film in this little pile of 4Ks here I got that I seen the transfer for. And my God, it made me so excited to see the Friday the 13th remake in 4K. So I'm definitely really hyped to see that in 4K. Moving on, we got Final Destination Bloodlines in 4K. This is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. I know I'm not doing movie reviews that much these days, but if I did do a movie review on this, I would be gushing over this film. I love this film. This is easily one of my favorite Final Destination films. I just love it. I love the fun, over-the-top tone. I think by the time you get to a part 6, I think it's time to have even more fun. And I know that the series has kind of always been like that. It's always been sort of having fun and, you know, tongue-in-cheek about some of the death scenes and stuff like that. But I really feel like this one brings in a really good set of characters, has a really good story, has a really good plot, has a really good disaster sequence, has some really over-the-top gore and craziness, has some of the most insane scenes you'll ever see in a Final Destination movie. I love Part 6. There's some people that hate it, and more power to you if you hate the film, but I don't know how you could hate it. I don't know, because it's so freaking fun. It is so much fun entertainment. I don't know how anybody could hate Part 6. It's so entertaining. Moving on, we got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake on 4K with a absolute shit ton of special features, which I haven't checked out yet, but I will soon because I really want to see them. This fucking 4K is absolutely incredible. Now, I do love how they switched up the look for this 4K. I love it. But this is one of those films where I love how it looked before. Had a bit more of a sepia tone, had a bit more of a heavy filter look to it. They more naturalized the look of this film in the 4K, and I love the way it looks. just go out and buy it. If you're a fan of this remake, you have to see it in 4K. Absolutely amazing transfer. It's easily one of my favorite transfers for a 4K. Easily. Really, really enjoy that transfer. I also love the transfer for this one, the beginning, the prequel. Of course, gotta have the prequel on 4K. And I don't think it was as mind-blowing of a transfer, but it still looked really fucking good in 4K. So both movies, I mean, especially that remake blew me away, because I've seen that remake so many times that I kind of memorized how it looked and everything. And it still has the sepia tones. It still has that brown greenish tone to it, but it's not as heavy. And the movie does a good job at, like, it has shadows in it, but it's not too much shadows. It actually does, balance the shadows and the contrast and everything really well. It's very amazing 4K. But yeah, absolutely amazing transfers in those 4Ks. Really, really enjoyed those. Then we got Conan the Barbarian on 4K. A little bit bummed that it didn't come with a slipcover, because that's so random that it wouldn't. But still cool that I got it on 4K. Got it on discount, so pretty neat. Fun fact, I've seen The Destroyer. I've never seen Conan the Barbarian. I did see that awful-ass remake, though. That remake is god-awful. Sadly, I've seen that with Jason Momoa. Sadly. I'm not proud to admit I've seen that. But, yeah, I've seen that and The Destroyer, but never seen the original. So I'm going to get to watching that as soon as I can. Then we got one of my favorites, Graveyard Shift on 4K. Fucking awesome. Again, I'm so glad they gave this a 4K. I love Graveyard Shift. This is one of my favorites. I enjoyed the characters, the cast, and for a while, I mean, the only way I could find this movie was on DVD, and the DVD wasn't that good of a transfer. It was not that good, but going from DVD to 4K should be a really massive improvement. So I'm really excited that I was able to get that. So we got Graveyard Shift. Then we get to, as of right now, my favorite movie of 2025. Although, with the rewatch, my rating did go down a bit. So I'm going to give it one more rewatch before I pretty much put it in stone that this is my favorite movie of the year so far. But I picked up a 4K of Superman. The first entry in the newly rebooted DCU. And I really love this film. Even though I have problems with it, even though, yes, I feel like for as good as this movie is, there's an even better movie underneath. And I do feel like, even though it is a really good movie, it's a great movie that I really have a lot of fun with. I really enjoy the Silver Age comics sort of tone. I enjoy the bizarreness of it. I enjoy the fun of it. I enjoy the heart this movie has. It's a very good-hearted film. I do agree with people, though, that it's not perfect. It's not even like the best Superman movie we could have gotten in today's age. I feel like you could have made a better movie than this, but I do feel like why I love this movie so much is it's a movie with a purpose. It has a point to it. It's not a superhero movie that's just trying to beat you over the head with a bunch of special effects and not really much of a story and just kind of beat for beat type shit. It's a movie to me that has a good heart to it, a good message, and in this day and age, we need movies like this to show that, especially I feel like with the more edgy version of Superman, I appreciate what Henry Cavill did with that character. I appreciate what Zack Snyder was trying to do. But this is definitely more what I prefer. And I think David Corenswet is probably the best Superman we've gotten since Christopher Reeve, as far as the films go. Now, I haven't watched all the shows, But as far as the movies go, he's definitely the second best so far. Even though I do really enjoy Henry Cavill, I do like Brendan Routh as Superman. I do feel like David Cornsweet is the perfect Superman for today's age. I do have problems with it, though. It's not perfect. It doesn't really need to be. I'm not looking for perfection with every movie. But I do agree with people that it could have been a lot better. There could be some improvements there. So I got that. And then I also got a 4K of The Warriors, which I watched recently on Retro Scotty's channel. And the 4K looked really, really good. Really enjoyed this version of the film. And I luckily was able to... luckily, this is the theatrical cut. I believe the director cut is included in this version, but it's like a special feature. Like, you got to select it. But the default version is a theatrical cut, which is really cool. I have never seen a director's cut, but it's been described to me, and I kind of don't want to watch the director's cut. I've heard about it. I know what he was trying to do, but I think I'm good. Moving on here, we got a Steelbook 4K of Night of the Living Dead, 1990. Now, this is one of the more talked about big deal releases back when this came out last month, I believe, or the month before. I think it was last month, though, when this came out. This and the unboxing portion of this video, this and the other thing I got took forever to get here, though. So this came like 2 weeks after it was supposed to arrive. And I mean, I'm thankful that it arrived and it's here and I have it, so it's all good. But man, this took forever to get here. But it is cool that we have this in 4K. And again, another example of a really amazing 4K transfer. And this has the uncut version, which I really, really enjoyed. I thought it was really cool that we were able to see this film uncut finally. And the way the movie starts is what Tom Savini wanted. He wanted to start it in black and white, and then it slowly fades into color. So I thought it was really cool that we were able to get that with this. Now, I know a lot of people love this poster. I'm not big on it because it looks like it's like dawn. I know it's supposed to be dusk going into night, but for some reason to me, this looks like it's like dawn or daylight. Like, it doesn't look like it's Night of the Living Dead. My favorite cover for this movie is the DVD with the zombie face and the nighttime sky and the zombies behind him and the moon in the background. That's my favorite poster for the movie, but nevertheless, it's pretty cool that we got Night of the Living Dead 1990 on 4K. Moving on to these last two here before we get into the box sets, we got Deep Blue Sea on 4K, which is a really fucking nice set from Arrow. Arrow did a really, really good job with this 4K. I mean, it comes with a booklet. Then we got the inside, all this custom artwork. Absolutely amazing job on the artwork and the way that the packaging is. It's just all amazing. So I really appreciate what Arrow did with Deep Blue Sea. This is one I'm really hyped to watch the transfer for. I love Deep Blue Sea, so I'm really excited to check this one out for sure. So we got Deep Blue Sea. Then we got a Arrow 4K. This is like a newer release of Al Pacino in Cruising. I did watch this recently. I loved this film. Really, really good movie. Really, really good looking 4K. So definitely excited to get into all the special features because this is just loaded with special features. Lots and lots of special features in this. So we got Cruising with Al Pacino. I also really love the what comes with a poster, but I also love the artwork on the case. Really awesome. And then we got the inside. So yeah, we got Cruising, starring Al Pacino, directed by William Friedkin. So Really, really hyped to check this one out for sure. This is the, well, I did watch it. Why am I saying checking it out? I watched the film. I swear, I record these videos after I get home from work and I'm extremely tired. My brain just like, just go to sleep, man. Just go to sleep. But I wanted to get this video out there. So I'm trying to tough through it, y'all. Bear with me. But I did watch the film. It is a really good film. I loved it. And the transfer was really good. I did watch the first TV movie of this and really enjoyed it. This is the Incredible Hulk series from the 70s, and then it went all the way to the late 80s with the movies, the last few movies they did. But yeah, this is really cool. I got this for extremely cheap. I got this for a really good deal at this video game store I go to. I think it was the same time I got those comic books. But this is really cool. Every DVD has an individual design on the case. And the DVDs, again, I don't want these to fall out like what happened with the Alien box set, but they're all just green. I guess I could show just these. They're just green DVDs. There's nothing really fancy to them. So we got season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, and season 5, the final season. So it's really cool I got this. I know there's a Blu-ray set out there. I don't really mind having these on DVD. And honestly, it didn't look bad at all when I was watching the first, the Hulk TV movie from back in the 70s. It actually looked pretty decent on DVD. So I'm fine with just having the DVDs. Plus, I got it for an insanely good deal. Getting my butter knife out because we are getting to the unboxing portion of the video. This is like one of the few times I've done a collection update where I include an unboxing. But we're going to be unboxing this surprise here that I'm going to show you guys. I really, really, really hope this did not get damaged in any way, because this took forever to get here. This, like Night of the Living Dead, I had to wait for that for a couple weeks. This was like 4 weeks, 3 weeks late. So I waited for this damn thing for so freaking long. And it is very limited. And it is very rare now. So hopefully it was very worth it, because I will definitely be watching. These are high priority for me, these that I got here. I will be watching these very, 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 very soon. But like I said, my God, man, Amazon, y'all took forever to get this to me. So fingers crossed that it's in at least halfway decent shape. Man, I really hope so, because I don't want to pull this out and it's like all this destroyed and everything. So we got a pretty big box here for it. I don't do unboxing videos a lot, so this is probably going to be really boring. But I figured why not make it a little different for y'all. Okay. So we got some stuff on the inside. Now, let me see. Will it have... I don't want to dox myself, so let me... Okay, so nothing in there. So we got a box in a box. Is my address on here anywhere? Is it there, y'all? That's like playing Blue's Clues. Where's my address? No, but I think we're good. So we have another box in a box. So the box doesn't look damaged at all. So that's cool. Thank God. Because I was like, man, I'm really, really hoping this was in good shape. And hopefully the discs don't go flying out like they did earlier, because that would be horrible. So again, like I said, these are fucking, for as new as this set is, it's very rare already. Let's see. Is there another box in there? Okay, there we go. So we have all these layers for the Nightmare on Elm Street Steelbook set. Yes, I got it. I got it, y'all. I got it. Somehow, some way, I managed to get this. I am not very good at getting these ultra limited releases from stuff. And normally I wouldn't. This was a very, very expensive set. I don't usually pay that much money for something like this. But number one, the artwork on these 4Ks I liked a lot better than the normal 4K box set they did. Otherwise, I probably would have just gotten the normal set, but I just like this presentation better. When they released the pictures of what it looked like and everything, I really enjoyed this. So let's try to get this plastic off of here, and so I can show you guys what the inside looks like. And I believe this also comes with like some sort of certificate where it says like how rare it is. This is very limited. This is out of print already, and the only way you're going to be able to get this now is by going on eBay and dealing with the goddamn scalpers on there. And it's horrible. It's a travesty because they are pricing this set at like $700, $800 right now, $600, which is fucking crazy. But unfortunately, that's just how it is right now. And I think Warner Bros. Did say that they're not going to be able to basically reprint these for some reason. I don't know why not. I don't know why they can't do that. It's a beautiful set, but they can't re-release it for some reason. So we got this sort of like sleeve on the outside. You can kind of just slide off like that. And then we got... Sorry for the weird edit there. My battery is running really low on my camera, so I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit. But my God, this is so cool. Not only are the inside steel books, but I love how the outside fucking box is steel as well. This is pretty fucking cool. I don't really see a certificate in here. Maybe it's at the bottom of the box. I'll check at the bottom. It's no big deal if it's not in here. But I do know that it said that it came with some sort of certificate. I don't think it's this. So the certificate might be in one of the steel books. So let's take a look at these steel books. So we got Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Fucking awesome. Steel book. I did not get the other steel book. Oh, we got a digital code in here. I'm gonna just put this right here. Okay, here we go. So this is the certificate of authenticity right here. So this is limited to 15,000. Mine is 788. So pretty cool. That is pretty awesome. So we got the certificate right there. Then on the inside, we got some artwork, which is pretty neat. Again, like I said, I did not get the singular 4K of this when it came out. I knew they were going to do a 4K set. This singular 4K came out like 2 years ago, and I had a feeling they were going to do a set. So I was like, you know what? I'll just wait till that set comes out. And I did. And I waited and I waited and I waited. And as soon as they announced this shit, I was like, I'm getting it. Then we got part 2. And I've heard from many, many people that we don't have a digital code in here for 2. I guess you get digital codes for 1, but not 2. But I did hear from people that have watched these. Because again, I'm very late to the game. Everybody else has unboxed this already. And I'm over here like waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. If this shit gets like destroyed and like when it's being sent, when it's being shipped, or if they cancel my order, I'm going to be so pissed. But I know a lot of people were saying that these transfers were absolutely amazing. So again, I'm a huge fan of these movies. I love pretty much all these movies in this set I'm a fan of. So really cool that we were able to get this. And I just like this artwork so much. It's just so beautiful. When I seen they were doing the original poster art for these steel books, I was just blown away. I was like, hell yeah, I love the artwork for these posters. So cool they did that. And this is probably the first steelbook like set I've got. All the other steelbooks I've gotten were kind of singular, but this is like the first set I've got. So we got part 4, which just looks incredible, absolutely incredible. So I'm guessing that the let me check here. Yeah, so the digital code I think is all the movies. So there we go. Got part 4, really awesome. And we got part 5, which is fucking cool. I love that cover. And I actually like part 5. I'm really excited to see this in 4K because this is a very cool visual style film. So we got part 5. And we get part 6, Freddy's Dead. Excuse me. Over here burping. Which comes with 3D glasses, so I'm assuming there's a 3D version of this that you can watch, which is pretty neat. So we got Freddy's Dead. And then the last film in this set is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Again, all these films I love, and even the ones that I think I have some problems with, I still really enjoy. So I'm so excited that I was able to get this. This sold out like so fast. Like I ordered this, so I seen that they had announced this. I was on Instagram and I seen that they announced this, and I literally put my pre-order in as soon as I could because I do this is one of those sets where if I sleep on this is gonna sell out like that. I'm not gonna be able to get it. So this is one of the more expensive sets I've gotten. I usually don't pay that much for stuff like this, but I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's easily one of the best and most exciting, releases I've picked up. This is up there with the Psycho set, with the Hellraiser set. This is definitely, one of the best box sets I've gotten. Really cool because on the top there we got the logo embusted. I like how the sweater is all over the box and it's like embusted so you can feel the rips and tears. If I had like a nitpick, I do wish they would have put the logo right there, because if you put it on your shelf, I don't like when the box sets are blank on the shelves, because even though they put it on the top, you're not going to be able, I guess you could tell easily what it is, but it's like I would have preferred a logo, but I can't complain about this. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, we were waiting on the 4K set for a long time, and while it is a shame that this really isn't available anymore, I mean, unless you want to drop $600 on it, which don't, that's ridiculous. But even though it is a shame that this isn't available right now, it is cool that Warner Bros. Made a standard edition that's cheaper and will be reprinted and is widely available and is the exact same 4Ks as this. Literally, this is just for extra care of the packaging. You get steel books instead of one big set, and you get some nice, you got a really nice casing for it. But the 4Ks themselves, the transfers, the features, it's all also in the standard. But again, like I said, I love these films and I love the artwork for these films, and I thought this was such a nice looking set that I just couldn't pass it up. So hell yeah, there we go, y'all. That's gonna be the cap to the end to end this video. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this collection update video. Sorry I'm so tired and out of it and I'm tripping over my words. I can barely talk. Sorry about that, but Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Your boy Grief is out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night. Peace.